Alrighty there guys, so we have the Reflecting on 2017 video. We'll just start off in January, where we actually got, the end of last year we got the 76 408 running, and then beginning in January, mid-January or so, I drove the 70 all-white 408 for the first time. Got the transmission put back together and everything works on that. Still haven't got back to the all-white projects, and we'll get to that. So the first buy of the year was actually January 1st, I believe, roughly in there, but it was the fixed angle power brush on the 432. I used quite a bit of use out of that already. Well worth the money I paid for it after some work. And the second thing I got in, I think it was roughly February or so, and I did a short video on it, but it was a 63 Li that me and a buddy had actually bought, actually it would have been a year ago in October. Yeah, in October would have been a year ago. It runs and everything, I just haven't got around to working on it. Alrighty guys, so I picked up another 1963 Li here. Let's see, that. Then I think about the next thing came along was the 430, the Onan single. I got that from the Chambersburg swap meet, which Chambersburg was good again. And a free Onan NB 430. I haven't figured out what year this is yet, but it's and there was that, and then I think it was within a couple days, if not the next weekend perhaps. I got the 8816G, which I don't think I've done too many videos of working with the 8816G, but I used it a lot all summer mowing and used it for leaves in the fall. Everything worked good with it. Carburetor could still use a little bit of work, considering that it was full of a whole bunch of water and everything. So it might be a revisited project here. You can see I bought a 16G here, professional, with a Kohler Magnum. Come with a 50-inch deck and a snow blade. And probably the most fun thing was the 63 L8 project, or known as the Phoenix. And basically the idea behind that project was taking a machine that your average person would call a parts machine, being through a fire, and turn that around into a nice running, driving, and working machine without really spending a whole pile of money. I mean, if you had to go out and buy the parts, yeah, you'd spend a fair bit of money on it, but when you're like me and you have all these parts sitting around in a pile and you can put two or three things together out of one, like a carburetor or spare gas tank, and that was really, I mean, other than the obvious things like fuel lines, throttle cable, etc., and tires, that was all it really needed. And did some welding on the exhaust and put together and running. I'm actually looking at it behind you guys. So guys, here's the 63 L8. You can see it's in a little bit of a lean-to I have built for side projects. As you guys can see, she's working pretty good. There's that. And then the next thing on the list was the 73 408 all white and the 74 red and white 408. Got that, bought that from I will say a tractor friend of mine about 15-20 miles from here roughly. And brought those home. Got them both running fairly quick. Actually still need to do work on both of them. They both will run and drive. This one will start up, mow, and everything. It has one bad tire on it right now. It actually split right at the end of the season. And I need to weld the frame on it, so this will be a video to continue. So I'm probably going to sell this off, and the 73 all white. I think I really don't need 4, 2, 1 of each series is good. And the 73, I got the clutch arm off of John, aka the 408 Wizard, at the mow end. So I got that up and running. still need to clean out the fuel system, or I got a bad fuel pump. One of the two. Just haven't had time.
Guys, I got another double trouble of 408s here.
And the next thing after that was the commercial 8 that I actually bought at the Moen. Had the stuck intake valve, and had a bunch of water in the fuel system, as far as I remember. And I used that machine some after that, and I continued to have problems with water in the fuel system, which was really strange because I drained all the fuel out of it, put fresh fuel in it, and kept running it, and I am still getting water out of that to this day. Every time you get it started up, you got to take the carb bowl off, get all the garbage out of it, put it back on, hit it with some carb cleaner, it'll fire up and run great. You can use it for a good half hour, hour or so, and then it'll have water in it again. I'm thinking it's either coming out of the fuel pump, like it was just stuck in there somewhere, or something along those lines. I think I did put some heat in it, dry gas, try and get rid of some of the water in it, and hopefully run it out. And I think I did run it out of fuel the last time I used it. So we'll pull that out in the spring and see how that goes.
Alrighty guys, so this is going to be part 1 to the, I believe this is a 1970 C8.
And then the next thing I bought, and I did a couple little things to this after I bought it, was the 74-812 and the cart I got with it. Probably the cart was probably about as significant as the 812. I always wanted one of the carts. And that deal worked out really good, coming from the original owner and everything. Now it is very well worn, and the steering box on that is definitely an issue. That is the older sector style steering gearbox, not the racket pinion. So that'll be, we'll take one of those apart finally and see what makes that tick. And I have a couple rack and pinions on the frames and stuff that I got in February from the blow in, so we will get into that one day. Stay patient.
I believe it's a 1974 812.
And then the next, and I kind of skipped over something here, which I wanted to mention of buying the 18-foot quality trailer before the Moen in July. Kind of skipped over that. That was a good investment, and I used that multiple times over the summer, hauling to the shows and stuff. Because I hauled the Terramite and the 83 down to the Moen and hauled some stuff back, and I used it about 3 or 4 other times. The fair, the Brush Valley Antique Iron and Power Association show, and also the plow days. I took a couple machines over there with me, so that was good with that.
I bought a thing here.
And last, certainly not least, I'll mention the Point Pleasant swap meet in there too, where I bought the CCKA Onan. I got that running and everything. Gear reduction, steel gear reduction wheels, and a few other parts and doodads along the way. And last but certainly not least, like I was getting to, was the 524 and the 5200 walk behinds.
Have on the back is a 524 repowered with a 12 horsepower, or was this Kawasaki repowered 5200.
Initially just for the Kawasaki powered machine. Wasn't sure about the 524 or cool machine, but it's not the original motor sort of deal. So we got both of those running. I think at this point I have all the videos up on those. You're caught up to where I'm at. I actually have not drove the 524 out of the shop yet, now that I think about it. I drove it inside the shop back and forth, tried the PTO, and I think that was about as far as I went. And right about that time it started snowing, so I haven't actually used it for anything. 5200, you guys saw it, working pretty good. Carb on that thing is still a little bit finicky. If you get into a hard load, it'll shut off. So it either needs some run time, or it's going to need the jets opened up a little bit on the main, I would say. Using with the rotary plow, I made some passes beforehand, and if you got into a real heavy load, it would just fall on its face. If you put the choke on just a hair, it was good and worked great. So that was that, and that was a fun project too, on sticking that and figuring out what was going on. And the Kawasaki repower is very unique. None of us on any of the groups or the forums have seen another Kawasaki powered Gravely period that we're aware of. So that'll be a good one. Add that to the repower lineup I got now, which Kawasaki, the Wisconsin, the 12 horsepower, which is actually a Polar factory motor. We'll say it wasn't really robbed off anything. It was a brand new motor bought for that application and put on. So that was that, and all the other fun videos along the way that I can't really remember all of them off the top of my head. I looked last night, and I believe I made, it was either like 160 some or 170 videos this year, something along those lines, ranging from 30 seconds to a couple of minutes, and some of those may have not made it to YouTube because I've been putting slideshows together with pictures and music in the background, which I haven't really put up. I don't really want to get copyright strikes on the channel, so I never did that. But that's pretty much it. The year was pretty good. Don't think there was anything else real major I missed. Yeah, I think that was about it. Mowing was great with the termite and everything. I think I know I did a video on that. And I know I mentioned the termite got an award, won the digging competition and everything, so that was good. And I'm working on an article for the Gazette as we speak. I finalize the pictures and get that over to John so he can get it crunched together and put in the Gazette and get that working. So without further ado, guys, that's going to be it. Upcoming projects, I have no idea what I'm going to work on next. Like I said, it's probably going to be these couple things I'm going to get rid of so I have more space to move around, because then both 408s can sit here and I can have my working bay back. I don't know if you guys have noticed in the 5.4 videos, but both the all-whites are in there taking up space, and then I could either put the Yanmar back in there and take it out when I'm working, or just leave the stuff in there and leave the Yanmar back where it's at, or vice versa. Because I actually have, there's 3 machines in the garage, and if my dad's truck comes back, those all need to come back here, which right now I don't know if I can get three riders in the back with the Yanmar, so some stuff needs to go. Been saying that, and I've sold a few things over the course of this year. I think it was this year I got rid of the 57. It could have been the year before, I don't remember. One of the 57 LIs and a 53 parts machine, and I think I may have talked about this year or last year thinking about it. So that was 2. I got rid of the 72 430 that I had the orange plow on. I actually sold the plow to somebody else, and the tractor and the deck went to a friend. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to cut this video here so it doesn't end up in all the outtakes, and just thank everybody for watching. We're up over 660 subscribers now, which is, I never thought this channel would get that big with just my Gravely stuff and screwing around with the trucks and a little bit of other stuff I do here. So I appreciate it all, guys, and appreciate everybody commenting. And the likes and everything definitely make you want to carry on when everybody's carrying on a little bit of a conversation. So, alright, guys. And it's going to be the last time, but thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody on the next one. Later.
Take 132, done. Almost 14 minutes worth, holy cow.